and welcome to Breaking News within Toastmasters District 109. We are live and welcome. Tonight we have news and current affairs with three different segments that we'd like to share with you, things that are happening around our District 109. If you're watching on, please feel free to share your comments. We will see those and we may be able to even interact with you as we go along. We are District 109 and the PR department are bringing you this breaking news every 2 weeks. So if you have news, then please feel free to reach out to us at d109prm@gmail.com. We'll also be in touch with you if you are a division director or involved in various projects around our wonderful district. Tonight, so let's get into our first segment, and we have had some division contests already. We are in competition season. Perhaps you've competed at a club level, perhaps you've competed at the area level. Maybe you are a winner, maybe you are advancing into further rounds. Perhaps you are on your way to a division or even a district final. But not everyone can win, and it is part of the journey of being a Toastmaster to be a competitor, a good sport. And tonight we have two runners-up from the division contest that was recently held on March 12 in Turkey. So without any further ado, I'd like to welcome to the studio Toastmaster Naif and Toastmaster Banu. Welcome to Breaking News to you both. How are you this evening?
Thank you. I'm feeling great.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Wonderful. And we are just overnight now. We have had our change in to certainly Central European summertime. Do you have the same kind of time zone change in Turkey?
No, actually, we don't. So actually, our time difference decreased by 1 hour, thankfully.
It has. So it's not bedtime for you just quite yet. But certainly a little bit later, it will be bedtime for all of us. So you were both runners-up in the recent competition. I'd like you to share with us, please, Toastmaster Banu, which competition were you a runner-up in?
I came second in the international speech contest, and it was actually a first time for us. It was the first time we competed as part of a district, and in this case, District 109, obviously. And it was amazing to be part of such a big family this time.
Great. And Naif, what about you?
It was great. First of all, congratulations on this program. I'm honored to be at the first episode. And for me, I was kind of reluctant at the beginning of to join because I'm relatively a new Toastmaster. I'm just about completing my first year. So it was definitely great experience overall. I was a bit nervous in the beginning. More than later, I gained more confidence. I don't believe that I'm a good table topic master or speaker per se, because you have to speak on the spot. You have to articulate it well, but it was great to challenge myself. Yeah.
Absolutely. And the challenges continue even tonight. We were just talking backstage, if you're watching online, that this segment of Breaking News is really like a massive table topic. It really is an impromptu moment for you both as well. And I've already thrown you a couple of questions that are impromptu. So it sounds like both of you, did you have a fun experience with being in the contest?
Well, it was actually an amazing experience for me, because I think Toastmasters makes me grow in the sense that I learn how to be part of a family rather than being more individual like I would be maybe in my more daily life. So it just teaches you how to be a part of something bigger and to listen to different people's points of views and listen to their suggestions and just kind of like melt all that into your own pot and improve. And I think that was the best part of being part of a contest, because, maybe I wrote the speech at the beginning, but then it became part of something bigger with all my friends and fellow Toastmasters.
Yeah, wow. So, and was this your first competition, Anu?
No, it wasn't, but it had a completely different feel this time, because, as I said, it was part of something bigger. Being part of the district just made it more exciting for us compared to previous years.
Yes, of course, because you are one of our newest countries, Turkey, in your own division now. So, of course, congratulations on your first official division and division level contest. That's fantastic. And what about you, Nayef? You said you've only been a Toastmaster for just short on 12 months, just on
Yeah,
1 year now.
well,
So, how was the experience for you being in a contest?
as I said, with a little bit of push from my fellow Toastmasters, I decided to join. And it was a great experience to challenge myself. I don't think it's as easy as prepared speech for me because I did have a long experience with theater. And, like you prepare what you're going to say, you perform it few times, you practice, you rehearse. But to speak on the spot and to articulate, you kind of even question yourself during the speech. Am I making sense? Is this sound composed enough? Uh, but like just with a little bit of courage to
Mhm.
start and do it, I think, I came on second, but all the other contestants, they were great. And, like I think just according to the criteria, you can be graded a bit more or less, but
Mhm.
everybody was great and it was beautiful. Yeah.
So a really enriching experience for you personally then in terms of your own learning and growth and development by the sound of it.
True. That's true.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And do you think you'll compete again next year?
I think I will. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
I gained a little bit of motivation
Yes.
by enrolling in this one, and yeah, I think I will.
Yeah, that's
Hopefully,
fantastic.
it's gonna be face to face. Not
Yes.
online.
That was one of my questions. So both of you competed online digitally as we are now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
And did you find that a harder experience compared maybe to previous examples, or if you're giving a table topic in your club meeting, for instance?
For me, I gotta say I'm more comfortable face to face. This
Mhm.
kind of feel a bit weird, but maybe Banu had more experience than me. What about you, Banu? You've tried it face to face.
I've actually been lucky. I've been a Toastmaster enough to know the face-to-face days as well,
Mhm.
and I have to say I miss those days. The face-to-face is just something completely different. But I've come to accept the fact that this is part of life, so we have to experience this as well. And it's actually challenging, but actually learned a lot in the meantime. So that's
Mm.
just part of life, and we've grown into it. But again, I miss those, as we say, the dust on stage.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Which,
think we're all missing, being
yeah.
amongst our friends and our Toastmasters peers. I've seen a couple of comments there. Jessica Breitenfeld said, I'm missing you guys. We miss you too, Jessica, and others. Lillian Schafter callers online. People are enjoying. And of course, when we can have that closer connection, it makes things much more meaningful. So before we wrap up this moment, we want to thank you both. I'd like you to give us maybe one idea about what you might do differently next year in your preparation for the contest. Maybe there's something that you think, well, if I do table topics again, Naif, yeah, I'm going to make sure I do. Yeah, and Banu, maybe for English International, maybe there's something that you would like to do as well. So who would like to go first?
Well, for me, as in table topics, I just think I need to join more of them. I
Mm-hmm.
need to answer more in my regular meetings. I don't think I do that enough.
Good.
And I believe it will enhance my social professional life. It's great to have that kind of skill.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know exactly what it takes to perfect it.
Mm-hmm.
But, with practice, I think it will open
Mm-hmm.
up to me more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Banu?
I really enjoyed the fact that we had different contests this time. Over the years, we only had the prepared speech contests in English and Turkish, but this year we had the table topics, we had the evaluation. I
Mhm.
think I'm going to try to give one of those a go.
Great, great. Well, we wish you both every success for the coming years as Toastmasters, but also congratulations on getting so far and being runners up in both of your respective contests. And hopefully, you inspire your other fellow Toastmasters, and together we get to all meet together at some point in life. We can tap each other on the shoulder and say, hey, I remember you. So thank you for being on the program of Breaking News. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
All right, take care. So moving on, and now we'd like to consider in our next moment of breaking news. You just heard from some of our newest Toastmasters about their experience, but certainly as you go on in Toastmasters, it can become something that you can really share and impart with others. And in our next segment, I'd like to talk about someone who's done some very special work recently with refugee women as part of a larger project. And she participated not only as a mentor, but also as a Toastmasters coach. So please welcome now into the studio, Toastmaster Vasiliki. Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, David.
Yes,
Thank you for the
nice
invitation.
No problem. And you're in Greece, if I understand. Just tell our fellow
Yes.
Toastmasters where you're based.
Good afternoon from Piraeus, Greece, the biggest port in Greece.
Wonderful, wonderful. Wow. And as I've understood, you've been recently involved in a mentoring project with refugee women. So please tell us a bit more about that.
Well, as it happens, 3 weeks ago, we had a workshop that we participated as Toastmasters. There were 4 Toastmasters. It was the president of the Hellenic American Union Toastmasters and 2 other members through Zoom that they belong to Pegasus Toastmasters Club. It's out of our district. So we presented how they're going to work their way for a successful interview, because they're going to have a career event on the 14th of April. So that was number 1. So we had to prepare them for the interview. And then we showed them and tell them how they are going to pitch themselves so that they're going to be successful. Now, then we had a lovely break, and that's where we had a one-to-one with the girls. So we worked through their pitch, because they actually wrote the pitch on the spot through the workshop after the presentation, and it was really nice. And actually, myself, I had the chance to help one of them right after the program, because they had an interview, and it was one of the girls that I have actually helped during the pitch time. And we had another meeting like a week earlier, where I prepared her for the interview. And it was really nice experience, because it actually came handy that we have the mentoring sessions as mentors. So we are able to help not only the Toastmasters, but to help people outside of Toastmasters. Because as we know, Toastmasters is also about service. And it's nice to know that we have all these skills that we can give to people, and we can actually create a difference in the world. At least that's how I felt.
Yeah. And you've shared some photos with us that we can share now. And I'd like to ask, so where did the ladies come from? Or I see a group of powerful looking ladies here.
They came from different parts of the world. They came from, I remember, from Iraq, from Sudan, from Afghanistan. And this is where we have actually, once we finish with everything, then we went to a really nice pub, and this is where everybody has a poster as the Wonder Woman, because this is biochemically a poster that gives you confidence. So we advise them, just do this, go to the bathroom, do this, feel really empowered, and then go for the interview. So everybody remembered, and that's how we have this photo.
And certainly from the smiles of the ladies in the photo, it certainly seems like they've had a successful day. And not only on the basis of these couple of photos, here you are, not quite in the hands on hips, but certainly a strong, powerful posture, emulating what you're talking about, of course. So there was pitch training involved. You had your fellow Toastmasters, who I assume are in the other 2 photos as well, involved, which is fantastic. And was there any mention of other aspects of Toastmasters, or was it really focused on their pitches and preparation for their future upcoming career events?
We were focused, because that's why we were invited from SysTech, the NGO that prepared women in the IT world. So we were focused on on their interview and on their speech. However, our dear beloved president, who wherever she goes talks so warmly about Toastmasters, was like, you know what, guys, this is what we're doing. You see how we act, just join. So we'll see how this is going to work, because they have the 14th of April ahead of
Yep.
them.
Yep.
So they need to concentrate on that. So perhaps later on we'll see if some of them join
Toastmasters. And just, I mean, this is wonderful, because often we talk about demo meetings or in-house sessions to really showcase Toastmasters. But here you are offering something to the community, and therefore, in a way, giving back. How did the relationship form with this group at SysTech? I think you said it was.
Mm-hmm. One of the responsible ladies for SysTech had actually participated in one of our meetings. So she knew about our work, and she contacted us, and she asked us for our help. That's how the whole project came to.
Great. And is that lady a Toastmaster now, or she just came to a meeting?
She's not Toastmaster, but I think she's going to join.
Yeah, that would be great. And that's really showing the benefit and the power of word of mouth and recommendation in being able to do that. So maybe you can share with us news down the track when your person that you mentored is a successful job seeker or job finder, where she lands with her work and with that work. But let me ask you, as we come to wrapping up this segment, what was the feeling that you gained from being part of this process? And is it still ongoing, or is it finished now? But really,
we are actually invited to participate and help them through the 14th of April event. That's number one.
And that's
number
where you
two,
built into.
Yes. So
yeah,
the thing, how I felt. Well, I have the advantage of being a teacher, which means I'm comfortable in front of the audience. And I'm comfortable about giving presentations. However, what I felt was like, it's really helpful to be a Toastmaster, because even the best of the teachers really need some help with their presentation skills. That's number one. And number two, I really got the sense that I was helping women to achieve something more. So to me, it was beyond words. I really wanted to do this. So I felt really joyous and happy, and I felt fulfilled. And I'm sure that, I don't know, I feel like I'm booming Toastmaster, happy energy. So
Why not?
We'll see where this is going to go.
Yeah. And this makes sense. This is really one way that you can share the message of Toastmasters. And who knows whether Ralph Smedley had this in mind when he was forming Toastmasters nearly 100 years ago. But certainly the evolution of Toastmasters says, don't just keep it in a club, but let's get out there and share it in our community. So Toastmaster Vasiliki, are there any parting words that you would like to share with our audience tonight, those who are watching now or later, who to inspire them to do something similar as you have done with your team?
We have one of the values of Toastmasters is service. When you serve, when you give, guess what happens? You get. Go and give love Toastmasters way, and you're gonna get some back. I guarantee you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Toastmaster Vasiliki, for your time tonight, and we look forward to welcoming you on to another breaking news in the future. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
So we move on now, those of you who are watching, and certainly we have just a moment. Let me check the comments. So hello to Alexander, Svetlana, Lillian, Jessica. I see Denise. I see Toastmasters Rimini Riviera. Ciao, buongiorno, buonanotte. Wonderful ideas. Thank you for your sharing so far, and to interact with our community. And certainly we want to bring you news and current affairs as are happening around our District 109. As we move now into our final segment for this evening, and again, thinking of another project that's been now in the community, and I've got two gentlemen joining me tonight. And what we're talking about is the Youth Leadership Program. Maybe you've invested in putting one on in your club. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you're thinking about it with your committee. at club level or even at a broader level. So tonight, I'd like to welcome Toastmaster Lino and Toastmaster Keith to share more about their experiences with their recent youth leadership programs. So welcome, Toastmaster Lino.
Hi, David.
And
thanks for the invitation.
Yes, it's my pleasure.
Hi,
welcome. So Lino and Keith, so you're both Italian Toastmasters, as I know, and you've both got two very separate programs, but very similar programs. So we're talking about youth leadership programs tonight. Just as a top level, just telling our audience who are watching, just in a few words, which club do you belong to and what was the sort of overall goal of the project? Toastmaster Lino, would you like to go first?
Yes, I'm a member of Rimini Riviera Club. It's a young club formed 2 years ago. And we started this project just to go, as you were saying before, to go out of our club and share the experiences we make in the club with people of the community, especially young students. So our goal was going out to a school and help people that are much younger than us to understand the importance, the value, and the skills of communication and leadership.
Okay, and how old was the group that you were working with?
17, 18 years old, and was a group of 13 boys and girls.
Okay, great. And Toastmaster Keith, what was your goal and parameter?
Hi, David. Mine was slightly different in that it was more personal. I've got two kids of 15 and 16 years old, and I want to help them develop. And so I was talking to them as to, how can I help them do some similar things to Toastmasters, to present. And of course, they do presenting at school. Unfortunately, neither of them did it. But I did do it at the school of my son, and we did it in English, although we're in Turin in Italy, so we did it in English. The level of English was fantastic. I had a class of 24 kids, which is a lot more than Lino. I wouldn't really recommend it, but the teacher was doing an after-school class anyway, and he was wanting to do public speaking. So I heard him talk about this in a meeting. So I approached him, and he said, "Great, yeah, I've got 24 people." And then the hand hit the forehead, but we did it. We extended it from 8 sessions to 10 sessions, so that everybody got 2 speeches. It worked really well, really well.
And in terms of the youth leadership program itself, I know Toastmasters often, really scripts out what you do and how you do it. So what is the recommended number? And is there a session number? So you had 8 to 10. Lino, did you have just 8 sessions? So
yes, we let's say that we went by the book with a little bit of Italian improvisation, of course.
Okay, of course.
I think the ideal number is between 10 and 15 in order to be able in 8 meetings to give everybody the opportunity of doing at least 2 speeches and 2 evaluations, plus table topics and other things.
Okay, so they run like regular meetings in that sense. So those watching who know the regular structure, but each student have several opportunities to participate.
Yes, our meetings were weekly. So I think even Keith was on a weekly base, and we were finishing a meeting, and in the evening we were having an internal organization session to prepare the following one. So it was quite engaging, because a weekly meeting is not easy to
prepare.
Manage.
No. Most clubs these days realize the difficulty in preparing meetings, certainly with all of our clubs. So Keith, you mentioned that neither of your sons were in the program, but certainly what was the feeling within the school, going through that process?
Well, I got feedback from a lot of the students at the end, and everyone seemed to say that they increased their confidence and competence in speaking in public. They understood, the structure of a speech. They understood getting out there and making an impact at the beginning. They understood a little bit more about the movement with on stage, and it was a completely new experience for them, and they really liked it.
Yeah, great.
So,
And I mean, thinking back to when we were all 15 or 16, 17, how pivotal it could be in one's personal life to really be able to learn these skills and to have not only the chance for speech training, but also the basics of leadership. So as I understand in our preparation together, there's a speaking part and a leadership part. Were you able to address the leadership part, or can that come in a future session, do you think? Lena, what was your experience?
Well, our experience was the meeting were actually run. Their meeting were actually run by the participants, so they had to learn on how to manage a meeting. And also, an excellent idea was the final meeting was a regular meeting of our club, which was managed and run by the youth. So we let them run one of our meetings. They did extremely well, and we were in the big conference room of the school, and they did the Toastmaster of the Day, the General Evaluator, two speeches and two evaluation, and we mixed their speeches with our speeches. And believe it or not, the best speaker and the best table topic was won by two of the students.
Wow. So, Lena, you sent me a whole lot of pictures. I found this picture that shows the room, as you said, for the final meeting. And then two of the speakers here. I'm not sure whether they were the winners or not, but obviously some good setup, microphones, tech, computers, hybrid in a well-lit space. So this looks really good in that sense as well. So you just said the best evaluator, the best speaker were also were the students. And I think when we talked, are there parents in the room here as well?
Sorry?
Are there parents also?
Yes, well, the audience, we decided to keep all Rimini Toastmasters hybrid out of the room and leave space to the parents, to the teachers of the school, to the schoolmaster, friends, fiancés, and anything that comes with the students. It was a very nice atmosphere.
Yeah.
And the meeting came out very nicely.
Good. I don't know if I could speak in front of my own parents. So, kudos to them for absolutely getting involved and, showing their parents what they could learn over an 8 to 10 week period. Likewise, Keith, you sent a photo through. So talk us through this photo here with the students.
Well, this is the final moments of our class. Unfortunately, in the last session, there were only about 13 or 14 students because COVID, some people were absent. But we gave each of the students a certificate. The last session we had as doing speeches, we had a kind of a competition, a little bit linked with World Speech Day, although in the end, nobody really wanted to do a video and put it on the internet, but we used basically the theme of World Speech Day, which is harmony, in various ways to theme their speeches. We had a competition with 9 students, and we had a little prize of a little golden microphone. So it was a good session, that last session.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it sounds like a heartwarming experience for the students, certainly, and a development for them. In terms of both the Turin Club and the Rimini Riviera Club, will you do it again? Is it something that you want to inspire other clubs to do?
Well, we are doing it again because we had so many applicants in the first run that we are currently doing a second run, which we hope to will complete by the end of May. Okay. And also some professors two professors came along for the full 8 sessions, and they did their icebreaker, and they did also some evaluation themselves. And they are considering the possibility of organizing a speechcraft within the school geared to the teachers, because they understood the value of the program also for people that are teaching and are communicating professionally.
That's fantastic. Great. And what about you, Keith, with Turin?
Well, I plan on doing it again next year if possible. I'd be looking to get some more volunteers from the Turin area, be it from the Toastmasters Torino or Radio and Rhetoric or the Polytechnic or the two corporate clubs we have in Turin. Yeah, it is quite a commitment because I mean, we had, as I said, we had 10 sessions, 2 hours each, almost on a weekly basis, and then you've got preparation as well. So, but yeah, there's lots of things I do differently. So that's good. That's the learning aspect of Toastmasters, which we can all learn things from. So
absolutely, we all learn and grow. And another good opportunity to think of it as service to your community. So I would charge those of you watching, I think Milan there was inspired perhaps to chat with you. And I'm sure there are other clubs all over our district who would really like to be in touch with either of you and to learn more about this. And certainly as a district, we really support the idea of these youth leadership programs all across the district. And wouldn't it be amazing to have a youth leadership conference at some point where even as a hybrid event, all the last year's youth leadership programs could come together in some kind of online event? That could be a nice idea for the future, certainly, to inspire, so that when these kids, these young men and women turn 18, 19, they might join your clubs and become regular parts of your community as well. Keith and Lena, would you like to leave us either with one learning or one piece of advice when it comes to putting together these youth leadership programs?
Well, for myself, it was a fantastic experience as a Toastmaster. It was really nice to interact with young people and to see how valuable and how interested they can become when they see something that is adding to their education, to their personality, and to their future life. And just to tell you a little story, a girl fell with her motorcycle. Okay, she was off school, but she asked her parents to bring her in the afternoon session when we were doing the program. This is something that really struck my heart because it showed that she really valued. She was really interested, and the program really meant something for her.
Thank you, Lena. That's great. And Keith, some final words?
Well, first of all, I need to give a shout out to Carla Marcenaro, who organized a big project last year in terms of the Youth Leadership Project in Italy. A lot of publicity, and her team have helped to kind of create a community. So what I would say is in the other countries, try and create a community, try and create a group. This is not the first time that Lino and I have spoken, because, you know, at the start, we had a webinar or Zoom call just to kind of to share ideas and just kind of give each other confidence, you know. So, create a little group. If you need some help, I'll certainly volunteer to help out. Maybe Lino as well, so that, you know, you too can have that confidence as well as competence in starting the material.
Great. Well, thank you, Toastmaster Lino and Keith. We'll leave it there with you tonight, but please remain an inspiration, and we look forward to connecting with you on Breaking News soon.
Thanks, David.
As we come now to the final moments of our episode, March 27 of Breaking News, I'd like to share with you tomorrow's weather. So in Athens, tomorrow it's 19. Istanbul, it will be 16 and sunny. Jerusalem, 18 and sunny. And you can see sun is really everywhere except for Athens tomorrow. Ljubljana is 22 and sunny. Nursia is 20 and sunny. Rome, a little bit of cloud, it appears here on the icon, 21. Sofia, also some cloud and a high of 20. Valletta in Malta is 17 and sunny. Vienna, my hometown here, 22 and sunny, so I can certainly do without the jacket tomorrow. And in Zurich, it is 19 degrees. So that's our weather for tomorrow. And just as one final moment now, as we come to a conclusion of breaking news for tonight, I'd like to share with you our District 109 conference. It is coming soon, Inspiring in Spring, online on the 14th and 15th of May. So you'll see there, Paola Porina's supporting us backstage, and she's popped up the web address for the conference. So please get in touch with our conference organizers. It does promised to be a big event. And we even had some inspiring words here that say, inspiring in spring, new countries and new members will attend the District Conference 109 for the first time, broadening the horizon to this flowering meadow of new opportunities. And tonight has been a new opportunity for all of us. And I'd like to certainly thank Paola Porina for the opportunity to bring breaking news to you. We'll be doing this every 2 weeks. So again, if you have news items that are or you'd like to be interviewed for breaking news because something special has happened in your life and in your club, as has tonight to our team, we'd like to encourage you to please get in touch with us. Certainly via our Gmail address, d109prm@gmail.com, or you can be in touch with me, your host, David Corcoran, or with our district PR manager, Paola Porina. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. If you have indeed been live with us, if you're watching afterwards, have a good week wherever you are. Let's stay tuned and stay connected as we are moving to go beyond as District 109. Good night, everyone.